I'm going to be breaking a 65-hour dry fast in about an hour, or whenever this recipe is done, I should say. So I am making Bella, Steak and Butter Gal's egg pudding to break my fast, and I'll be using eggs and bone broth for this one. So let me finish getting these ready. So one of the things I like to do, because it's pure collagen, is I like to get the white membrane out of the egg yolk and chop those up into the recipe. So I'm gonna see how many of these last 2 eggs I can pull. Sometimes they'll come out easily, sometimes you just cannot. Like you can see that's not worth messing with. But I already have, you can see them here, several draped over the top of the bowl waiting to go in. I'll be using my immersion blender to mix this, so they chops them up pretty well. So I've got 5 eggs, and forgive my appearance, I was working out this earlier and then ran some errands, and now I'm finally getting back. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna break my fast soon. Well, this one I can get a little bit, so I'll use that. What the heck? Okay, so I'm gonna mix this. You can see how yellow the yolks and eggs are in this. This is the Heirloom Farm Free Range Blues from Costco. That was the only kind they had when I got the eggs there the last time, so it worked for me. I prefer pastured, but sometimes if they are not available and I'm at Costco and that's what I went for, I will simply get the blues. And I love the color of the eggs and the taste. So I'm gonna mix this, chop these up. Before I do that, I'm gonna throw in just a pinch of red mint salt too. Now, this is obviously not a perfect way of doing it, but most of the skins or the white membrane does chop up. The little pieces that don't come off the blender, I just pick off and throw in. And then I'm going to add an equal part of bone broth to this. So let me see where I'm at. Okay, we're gonna go right up to this line then. And I'm doing the bone broth because it gives a great flavor and it's just that much more nutrient dense when I'm breaking a fast, especially if I've been fasting for a while. So mix that real quick again, and I'm going to use my repurposed bundt pan silicone mold. This makes a great mold for the egg recipe, and I put this into a holder. Get that little piece of skin there and put it in. Lots of things going on in the kitchen today, so I thought I'd share this with you as well. I dehydrated some pecana and some chuck roast sliced up, and I thought I'd show you what that looks like. Usually when you're dehydrating things or making jerky, they tell you to get the fat off. And I'm sure that's for shelf stability. But because I keep mine in the refrigerator, I don't worry about that. This was cooked at 158 degrees for 15 hours. And you can see they're nice and dried. Even the fat is dried. It's super crispy and delicious. Chuck roast is a great option too to do because it's nice and fatty and the price point is so good. So both the pecana and the chuck roast are about the same amount, $6.99 to $7.99 a pound. Great options for good carnivore crisps that you make yourself. Pudding is finished. Let me take it off the rack. I squeezed it a little bit over there so it kind of smushed as I took it out of the Instant Pot. So I like to use one of these bowls. I call them Italian soup bowls. And I put it on top and I invert. Whoop! So there is a little more broth in here than there should be. You can see it's a little soupy. But when you are measuring equal parts egg to water or broth, you want to take into account the foam that comes up after you blend it, and I did not do that. So I have a little bit of extra broth in there, but it doesn't hurt it. The eggs absorb most of it, and it just makes it that much more comforting and delicious. So I like to also add a little bit of butter on top to melt. I had to take a phone call, so that was the perfect amount of time to let the butter melt and let this cool down enough to eat. But you can see the consistency is quite jiggly and lovely. It's delicious. Please consider giving it a try.